welcome to video number 2. Video number 2 is this week's foundation that we will be creating a different character based off of the foundation used. I've been asked by my team not to let you all know the character until the end of the actual final use of the foundation that is here in this setup. So it's not me that doesn't want to tell you, it's my team that's asked me not to tell you what I'm using currently. Anyway, so this week, once again, we are not going to be using any concealer, but the base foundation that we are going to be using for this is going to be this foundation right here, and this is the Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation in the shade 501. This is going to be the base foundation that I am using, and the reason why I have my name on my products is to let other people know that have sticky fingers not to touch my products, because I will know that you have my products because of your sticky fingers, because of my name being on the product. Okay? That's why I have my name labeled on the back of my products. So, this is going to be the base foundation for all other foundation, which should act as in the form of a concealer. Another base foundation that should act in the form of a concealer, well, these are pretty much all base foundations for me except for one, but we're going to apply them as though they are not base foundations. We're going to apply them on top of the Revlon Illuminants in order to make them not be categorized as a base foundation. This one is Rimmel Kind and Free, and this is the shade 410. Last week, the shade that I used was 510 Cinnamon. Same brand, different shade, 510 Cinnamon. That's from last week. This is from this week. This is the shade 410 Latte. The next foundation that we will be using, doubled with Revlon Illuminance, is this one, 862 Natural Tan from CoverGirl Outlast. CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Light Airbrush Finish, 24-hour transfer resistant. I'm not wearing my makeup for 24 hours, but if you do, congratulations. 24-hour transfer resistant makeup wear. And once again, I am in the shade 862 Natural Tan. And the final liquid foundation that we will be using underneath the Revlon Illuminance is this one. Another 24-hour wear cream. Once again, congratulations if you're wearing your makeup for 24 hours. I'm only wearing my makeup between 4 to 6 hours a day, so I cannot stand for the claim of 24 hours. Someone else might be able to, but not me. But it says 20 up to 24-hour breathable texture, and I'm in the shade 520. And this is the L'Oreal Infallible, once again, up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation. And we will be using the Revlon Illuminance as a base for all of those foundation powder products that I will be using. I'll be using this powder product. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Professional Makeup in the shade Warm Honey. So I will be using that right there. And then I will be using as an under eye highlight as well as a setting powder for my under eye. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio in the shade 100 Molten Gold. And this is the product. And then finally, I will also be going in with this product right here. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Very, very old packaging. very old packaging. This is the shade Dark 40. This is the new packaging right here. That's the new packaging. This is very, very old packaging. So yes, I'm using two dark 40s, but you'll see the difference in the dark 40s that they're not all equal dark 40. So one dark 40 may be another dark 40 because the undertone of the dark 40s may have changed from the last time the factory filled this dark 40 or from the last time the factory filled this dark 40, but it's the same shade because it's the same powder, it's the same brand, but the dark 40 undertone would be different. So you'll see the difference between this dark 40 as well as this dark 40. And eyeshadow palette that I'll be using is this one. This is the Modern Renaissance eyeshadow, and the shade that I will be using that is connected to Rouge Red from that eyeshadow palette, of which I did not show you. Hold on, let me grab it. Give me a second. Okay, so the shade that I will be using in this eyeshadow palette for this week's look is the shade Love Letter, and this shade is connected to this shade that I used last week from this eyeshadow palette. This is the Essence Daily Dose of Energy eyeshadow palette. Even though I didn't show it to you in video 1, I still got it tagged. This is the shade that I used called Red Rouge, and Red Rouge is a very comparable shade to the shade from Modern Renaissance Love Letter. So you have Red Rouge to Love Letter, which are pretty much the exact undertone. And what we go based off of, from what I have learned, is the undertones in the eyeshadow and not an exact overlay look, because the overlay look can also be a spray on that is removed by the brush once it's used by the client. So it's not Venetian red because that could be a spray on in order to help the palette to be sold, but it's more of an undertone to Love Letter because of the undertone factors in the shade to match that of Rouge Red in the Essence eyeshadow palette. So that is the shade that we will be going in with. Alright, with that being said, that has been 8 minutes of me talking about what products to use. That has been 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Alright, so let's get into the application portion. So we're gonna go in once again with this one as a base, the Revlon Illuminance, and this one as a topper foundation. So let's get into the application of the actual product. So, like always, I have my eyeshadow palette here, okay? And I have the Revlon Illuminance here, okay? So, that is the Revlon Illuminance, which is this, okay? And then right here you have the CoverGirl Outlast, which is 862 Natural Tan. So let's put that on the palette. And this is 862 Natural Tan from that brand. 862 Natural Tan from CoverGirl. So those are the shades, and let's grab our foundation brush, and we will first begin with the the Revlon Illuminant shade. We will first begin with that. And I, for once, have my mirror ready to go. I might not always have it ready to go for the rest of this week, but I, for once, have my mirror ready to go. So let us go in with the Revlon Illuminant. And now let's go in on top with the CoverGirl. And let's blend. So as I am blending this, I can tell that this is already a very lightweight wear foundation, and this is the coverage that you're going to get from both foundations being worn together. This is a very light wearing type of mixture. You are not going to get any more strength from this foundation already being blended. So on their own, the products are very, very, very light wearing, and even mixed together, they are still not as strong of a combination as one would like to think. Are, are they stronger? Yes, but are they both strong enough together to create a very high-end type of foundation? Yes and no. Um, if you're gonna do that, I believe you would already have the product. I believe personally that we would already have the product, and it would be Wet n Wild. If you're gonna create one foundation out of these two mixes, I believe we already have it in the Wet n Wild setup. Personally, I believe we already have these two foundations together in the Wet n Wild, and I don't think we need to go any further in the mixing palette tree in order to create another setup like that. I don't think we need to go any further. I think the Wet n Wild is a perfect match to this with both Revlon and the CoverGirl mixed together. I think that the Wet n Wild is a perfect lightweight wear creation out of the two being mixed together. So that's pretty much my thought. So now let's grab the cover to my lid, which is this one, and let's compare video for video this dark 40 to this dark 40, and let me show you that they are not the same dark 40 because they have different undertones. Let me prove to you with video for video that the dark 40s are not the same. The undertones are different. Very, very different undertones, and we're going to use it to set the under eye so that the product doesn't move, because once it starts moving from their eye, it moves everywhere else. Now I'm going to take a whole lot of this powder, of which I'm probably going to have to discard, and just contour down here. Now I told you all, if y'all see me do this part, this is definitely contouring for me. Therefore, I'm changing the shape of my face. And yes, if I want to change the color of my face with makeup, yes I can. Yes I can, absolutely. Not only can you change the shape of your face with makeup, you can also change the color of your face with makeup. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the rest of the loose powder and lightly set my face, because I'm trying to not waste that product before I go on top of it with this product right here. Let's go in with a very light amount. And so far, I can tell you that I do not feel the need for a setting powder in this function, or a setting spray. I'm using a setting powder right now because I do need it, but I do not feel the need for a correction setting spray in this matter. Let's bring the powder down to my neck. Oh, because I just happen to have a little bit extra product that I do not want to go to waste. And as you can see, I've used as much of the product as I possibly can, therefore not wasting anything. I pretty much have negatory 1 cent left of the product to use. So there's no point in me trying to go in when I have no more body parts to apply the product to. Alright, so before I go in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, I'm going to go in and highlight my under eye area, in order to make it look and seem as though I have an eyeshadow going underneath it, but I don't. It's just this. I don't know how y'all take them pencils and stab yourselves in the eye. I don't do that. I've tried, yes, but I don't go there with it. So going in with this product to do that, so I don't stab myself in my eye with a really small pencil brush. And therefore I have created what looks as though I have a eyeshadow under my eye, but I don't. It's just this. Okay? It is just that, no eyeshadow under my eye. Now, taking the same brush from earlier, dusting off the extra powder, loose powder, and going in with this right here. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop matte powder, and will set the rest of my skin, therefore completely changing the undertone to what we want it to be from using the loose powder. Now, from what I have discovered after doing this only a couple of times myself, is that if you don't use a loose powder with your face makeup along with your neck makeup, there'll be a very noticeable difference of transaction that has taken place. So if you don't want that there to be like you went to two different bank machines in order to get your money, you need to pull down. You need to pull down, like you need to add the loose powder to your face as well as to your neck, but only pull up because you only got your money from your bank card with the foundation setting powder. You don't want to look like you're doing a criminal activity grabbing from two bank cards now, do you? So align it to where you don't want to get caught ciphering from one bank card to another that's not your own, basically. So you align loose powder to face, loose powder to neck. You ain't gonna get caught, trust me. You ain't gonna get caught. There is a way to do it in order to not get caught. There's a legal way to do it. That's how I get my money. That's how I get my cash in order to do this. Alright? So I don't have any in here, but I need mascara and I need a lipstick because I can't go through my day with this and this. No, thank you. Because this looks off and this looks off. You want to make sure that the transport of your funding is very seamless and not noticeable. And right now, there's a little pause and a little bit of wait because there ain't nothing here and there ain't nothing here. Get your money transfer right. Get your makeup application right. Hold on. Okay. So, added to this week's kit is this mascara right here. This is the Essence I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. So we're going to add that in order to start the transferring process of our money so that it can come to our hand by first pre-approving and setting a transfer date. Let's get our money right by pre-approving a transfer date so that we can get our monies paid to us. Okay, so that's pre-approved date for pay one, pre-approved date for pay two. In order to make sure one gets their money, is set your pre-approved date. Okay, so set your pre-approved date in order to make sure that you get your money. Okay, so you've set your pre-approved date for your two pays, right? You set it's dried up. You signed the notification. It's dried up. And if you know you're supposed to get more, just add a little bit more in order to get a little bit more, right? Now, how is the other way that you know you got your money, but it's not coming through the bank machine? Okay, so you have a pre-approved date that's been set for your money to be released, but you also have another way to know that you have the money is just not coming through the bank machine yet because it's been blocked by the pre-approved date. Your money is in the bank. You go to check, it says $00 to the face, but the bank machine act like it wanna be pulling out the money because it's taking too much time. Is because sometimes not all banks follow a pre-approved date, but because the bank that you bank with has a pre-approved date for you to receive the money, meaning that yes, you got the pay, it's just not popping out of the machine because of the fact that your bank card has a pre-approved date on it. Okay? So, because you have a pre-approved date on your bank card, you're gonna feel the bank machine wanting to spit the money out, but you can't get the money because of the pre-approved date. Right? So, the fact that no lipstick has slipped out of the line, it means that the money is there. You just can't get it because the bank card that you have carried with you has a pre-approved date for you to get the money. Okay? And you want to fix that to make sure that on that pre-approved date, you get your money, right? Because sometimes when you have a pre-approved date, some fool at the bank is going to try and bust into your account in order to try and change that pre-approved date in order to block you from getting your money, which is financial fraud, right? So you have an extra added security by adding a pre-approved time of releasing that funding. So that fool at the bank who says he's a bank manager don't be trying to block you from getting your money. So not only do you have a pre-approved date, you also have now a pre-approved time to block a fool trying to block you from getting your money. That's why timing is important in everything that we do. Alright? So, now, guess what? Come payday, you got your money. You got your money. And because you got your money, your people that you work for can now tell you where to go to buy the stuff that you're getting the notes for or you've gotten the notes for in order to introduce to the public. So go get your money and spend your money. And that's with the application of eyeshadow. Get your money and spend your money. Because the time approval, which is the lip gloss, has blocked that fool from the bank from preventing you from getting your money. From seeing your money in your hand, basically. So let's go into the shade Love Letter. I just basically told you how to rob the bank without getting caught that you're robbing the bank and y'all don't even know that. Let's go into the shade Love Letter again. I just basically told you how to ask for extra money by dipping into the same shade more than one time. Boo, this $900 ain't fitting to get me what I need to get. 13 products ain't fitting. 13 products ain't fitting. 13 products compared to what I do with the matte, it ain't fitting. So, I be dipping into the eyeshadow to say I need to deepen up my money a little bit more. And then I'm gonna shut up about who I got my money from, 'cause that ain't none of your business, by hiding the lines of demarcation and the patchiness of my eyeshadow. You don't need to know my business about where I got my money from. Don't ask me that, 'cause you don't need to know. So I'm doing this to tell you to shut up and don't ask me about that. And I'm telling myself to put a lock on it and not tell you where I get my money from. Okay? And with that being said, that is how you get your money from the bank account and not get caught that you pretty much, robbed the bank a little bit early, even when you ain't supposed to get it yet. And with that being said, that has been it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.